So I will go ahead and get started. So I'm not sure if how many of you got to see Ruth's live video today on the page. And we just kind of, this is not reinventing the wheel by any means, but it's taking that wheel and making it a complete direct focus so that we can all start on the same page. At this point moving forward, I think that's kind of been the theme for our team the last few weeks. And I think it's really important because it's so crucial to have a strategy in place and to not make you feel like you're out somewhere, you know, on your own and you're comparing yourself to others. And I think when it comes down to it, whether you've been here for a long time, whether you're just starting, I think it comes down to it. When you first start, you know, you're trying to find your way. You're trying to find the way that's you, that makes you comfortable. And so you might be reaching and looking at this person, how they do it, and this person, how they do it. You're trying to take all of this information and make it your own. And that can be really overwhelming, and it can be a big turnoff for some people. I mean, when we think about, tonight we're going to talk about the Frank's List and really making it intentional. You know, when new people start, or when you're starting and you want to just kind of be like, okay, here's plan B, what can I do? You know, and we say, make a list of 100 people. And for some people that can come really easy. For others, it can be a little bit difficult. But what the original intention of a Frank's List was to make a big brain dump, you know, of people that you're just thinking about, or writing as many names down as fast as you can, and then look down and see who's on that list. This is going to be more of an intentional process and an intentional way of all of us starting. Here's the start line right here. We're all at the same start line. No matter what rank you are, no matter how long you've been here, no matter, you know, what has blocked you, what roadblocks have been in your way. Today, tonight, start chapter 1, page 1, start line. We can all do this together and all have the same processes, all keep ourselves accountable together, and just really be able to keep up with the speed of everybody and not feel like what you're doing might not be working, because this is the whole point of this, is to come together and collectively talk as a group about how has this been? Let's give this a try. Like, let's see where this takes us. So, you know, there's a couple of things. I'm going to let Ruth kind of get into the nitty gritty of what we want to talk about in the substance of an intentional Frank's List tonight and where that is. But I wanted to give you guys 4 things to do. If you have a pen and paper, these 4 things, and these things might be something that you've already done in the past. But the first one is, if you are not subscribed to the new Ambassador Training Series on YouTube, the channel, subscribe tonight. Make sure you subscribe. If you are subscribed, if you're going to subscribe tonight, try to look through that list. There are so many helpful tools and videos there on social media, on product information, on cold messaging, all of these different things to help you get started. It's such a great tool. So that's the task number 1. Make sure you subscribe to that channel on YouTube. Number 2, if you are not a member of Plexus Power Tools, for those of you that might be new, this is a resource. It's a full-on library of resources of graphics, PDFs, product information, templates, everything that you need to have this business be successful and to have you have a greater understanding of the products. It's plexuspowertools.com. It's $10 for the entire year. I'm so happy to give out my user ID and password. Message me if you're interested in just looking through it before you join. $10 for the whole year. It is so worth it. Everything that is there will really benefit you, and you can save everything from that site onto it. You know, I have it in my own Outlook or another folder. So everything's that's there, but I'm more than happy to share that. So make sure you visit Plexus Power Tools. Even if you're registered, if you're not familiar, things are always updating and being updated and new files in that area. So take a look and visit that. The next one is, I know we talked on the last team call about recording your own welcome video. This is so important, you guys. This is something that, again, we're going to duplicate down to our teams that start growing. We want to have this system in place so that they feel engaged right away. That 24 to 48 hours is the first crucial time when somebody joins, whether you're going to really engage them and capture their attention or kind of let them fly. We will post the script again. It's really easy. You set your phone up. You can just make sure it doesn't sound like you're reading, but it's going to be something that you just maybe practice it and then record yourself, upload it to YouTube. You'll have it there whenever new people start joining your team to help welcome them in. The last one is, and if you can, register for convention. There's 9,000 people that are currently registered right now. I know it's in Las Vegas. It's a really kind of a tough weekend. I know it's after the holiday airfare, you know, but it is so worth it to make it there. My goal, as always, is to make it as cheap as possible for everybody. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, you know, and what that looks like, but as you register, let us know. We're going to help with, you know, accommodations and all that stuff to just try to make it such a big team effort. But if you can get there, get there. It will sell out, I promise. So those are the 4 things that I just wanted to put out there for you as kind of your checklist and maybe a task that you haven't done. And then I will let Ruth kind of tell you about this new little twist that we have for a process that we have in place for our team. And I think that it's going to be helpful and make explosive growth and make it really easy for you to share about this. So I'll let you go ahead and take it, Ruth.
Okay. So hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm really, really excited about this system that we're putting in place, because I feel like the more systems, the more structure we have around activities, the more power and confidence we have as a team that we're moving in the right direction. And I'm just really, really excited to see where the next couple of months take us with this real, you know, focused intensity with just a one direction for all of us. And things are going to happen fast. So I want you to have your mindset as that this is the thing, and that our team is going to freaking go get it. We can earn back with the convention contest right now, your registration for convention. There are other things that you can earn that if we can get this going in the way that I think we can, it's going to be just incredible for all of us. We're going to start to see some of these goals and dreams that we have coming to fruition. So I just want you to hold on tight. I want you to trust that this, you cannot do this alone. You may be able to get to gold by yourself, but beyond that, you have to have a team, and you have to have a plan, and you have to be moving forward together. So I feel like inch by inch, Nicole and I have really gotten to a place where we're like, okay, we had a system for this, we had a system for this. Now we're finding the piece that connects those two systems. So we're figuring out, as we all learn, and for our team and our style and our vibe, what works best for us. So we watched a video that Melissa Eichenhorst put out there. If anyone's interested in watching that, come to Nicole or I will happily send that to you. Maybe we can post it on this page. You're on.
I'm on mute. I'm like, it's actually on the Pink Power Plexi Leaders page that I posted a couple days ago, and I can repost it after this call.
That'd be awesome. So
it's an 8-minute video, you guys. It's worth every second.
Yeah, it's just 8 minutes, but it's very simple. And I think that the more simple we can make these systems, the easier and more successful it's going to be for all of us. So the idea behind this is that you, like Nicole said, I printed out the it's the memory jogger from Eric Worre. You can just put in memory jogger. It's designed to help you with your brain dump. And that is to get everybody that you know on paper. And that means you list, okay, I listed my son Henry. Well, then that spiraled into that group of all the moms from school, all the kids on the sports teams, swim team, summer friends, you know, preschool friends. Like that helps you really like visualize the different circles of people and getting it all on paper. That's overwhelming. And it was for me for a really long time. So the intention of this is to say, I'm going to think of 20 people that need the products, just 20 people. You write those people down. The system as a whole that we're going to take the first chunk this week is your 20 product people. The next 20 people will be the people that need the business opportunity, or that could absolutely rock the business opportunity. Those are really your dream team people. They are, as Kay and I've talked about, your type A people, your people that love to be busy, that are always involved in things, that are energetic, that are healthy, that are already, just doing a million things and always willing to do more. Those are the people that could absolutely take and run with this business. The third set of 20 is, help me, Nicole, it's the people that
It's the list of people that need Plexus from a financial aspect, whether that be retirement age, paycheck to paycheck, people that have multiple jobs, single mothers, those people that are struggling financially that really could absolutely benefit from the financial aspect of this opportunity.
So it's called the 63, and the last three, she talks about, you know, you as a person having influence over 3 people in your life. So that might be your sister, your mom, and your sister-in-law, or your cousin, your dad, and your brother, or something. Those are 3 people that you have influence over, that if you say, do this with me, give me your credit card, they're going to do it because they trust you, they love you, they want to do what you're doing. So the first chunk of this, and the idea behind splitting it up like this, and I'm totally like this, and I don't know if anybody else is, but when I'm in a zone and I'm thinking, okay, product, who needs product? Who is already healthy? Who believes in supplementation? Who is already healthy, working out, eating clean, doing the things? They're already probably on a host of supplements. Those people that are sick, that have autoimmune, they're pre-diabetic, they're diabetic, they struggle with migraines, they have GI issues. These are the people that are going to go on your product list. And that is the mindset that we're going to have this week. And these are the messages that we're going to craft. It's hard for me when I hit a stumbling block when I'm looking through my Facebook list or my email list, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this person would be good, and I'm trying to write a message to them. And then I jump over and I have to totally switch gears and think, well, this person would probably be better, you know, for the business, and maybe I should do this and that. And I feel like it's paralyzing for me to switch gears like that. So I feel like there's a real psychology behind being in the zone with different groups of people, and that it will help us get better at approaching different people in different ways as we practice our messages this week with these 20 people. And then we'll switch gears next week and we'll talk about setting that up. So we have a couple of messages that we're going to post the verbiage for. We're literally spoon feeding this to you guys. So there's absolutely no excuse for you not to jump on. If this is even mildly of interest to you, go for it this week. Put it out there, 20 people. So our, an initial message might look something like, I'm just going to go with somebody that, like me or Nicole, that have been doing this for a long time. I've been through my Facebook list at least once, 2,000 people. I'm going back through, or I've added a bunch of people and I'm going to touch base with them for the first time. My message to them is going to look something like, hey, I'm sure you've seen my Plexus post by now. Have you tried it? Now, that's not like product specific at this point, but I know they're seeing my posts. So that's how I'm going to start my conversation with them. And then when I have a list of 35 people that I've already made right here that are going to be my people to reach out to as my 20 this week. These are people that I think need the products the most. So when they get back to me, I'm going to lead it in a product. I'm going to kind of take it in that direction with them. So that's going to be my outreach. Let's say you haven't been reaching out to people, but you've been posting. Your message might look something like, hey, so-and-so, hope you're well, love keeping up with you on Facebook. We're going to post this. I don't feel like you have to write feverishly. Just kind of let it soak in. This is totally out of my comfort zone, so please be gentle. But I found something I can't not share with you. Have you heard of Plexus? So let's keep these messages short and sweet. Open the door for conversation. But these, again, are going to be the people that you're going to route with. Certainly if they ask you about the business, we can go there, but this is going to be our focus this week. So if you get a response between when you first reach out to them and when you're going to reach out to them for the second time on Friday, if you're new to this, or you're feeling like you maybe don't know how to answer questions really well, this is where you'll pull your sponsor into a 3-way Facebook chat, which we've talked about, and you'll have that conversation there and say, this is my friend so-and-so. They got me started with Plexus since I'm just getting started. I wanted to pull her into the conversation so she could tell you her story and answer some questions for you. During that 3-way conversation, then they would be invited to, we're going to do a Zoom call next Tuesday. This is going to be for these 20 people. So these 20 or 35, whatever the number is you're reaching out this week, it's a minimum of 20. You're going to be inviting them to a Zoom call just for them on Tuesday at 8:30. It will last 15 minutes. We're going to have a very concise presentation conversation about the products. And our goal is going to be for each of us to get 3 to 4 new customers from the 20 to 50 that we're going to be reaching out to this week. Did I cover that, Nicole?
Yeah, I mean, and kind of what Ruth said, I mean, I think when you take that list and you narrow it down with that main focus of having those 20 people. So if you have a goal starting tomorrow, okay, I have 20 people I'm going to reach out to this week. You could essentially get all 20 done if you can copy and paste those messages and not make it look generic, because it's not generic. I mean, you're reaching out to them, but you could essentially get all those 20 messages done in 5 minutes tomorrow if you wanted. If you wanted it less, you could say, okay, I'm going to do 3 people Monday, 3 people Tuesday, 4 people, and do it that way, with the intention of hopefully trying to get all those people that you're reaching out to probably by Thursday, so that on Friday, follow-up Friday, you are taking all of those 20 people and you're following up with them, whether or not you have pulled them into a 3-way message with your sponsor. If they haven't responded, you can still follow up with them on that Friday and say, I forgot to mention, I wanted to let you know, there is a quick 15-minute call this coming Tuesday night. I would love for you to hop on and learn what I cannot stop talking about. And then send them the Zoom details, which we will provide for you. So this is just kind of an outlet. We always have online events and different things, and sometimes there's such a huge lag way where you say, oh, well, we're having an online event February 28th, and there's like this 3-week period where this person that's interested is going to wait that long to join this online event. But this is an intention of these Zoom calls that Ruth and I can present on in this 15-minute window of doing these essentially down the road on a weekly basis, so that any new people that come in, there's always going to be a consistent event that following week that you can invite them to. So it's a really good process in place. It gives you a reason to follow up with them on Friday. And also for those of you that are in St. Louis, we have that another amazing event, February the 20th, which is on Monday. So if you would like to invite them to that event, use that follow-up Friday to invite them to that event to come to a physical event, or if you feel like the Zoom would be more of their comfort zone, however you may have it. But this is just something set in place with intentional reach out, intentional business, intentional IPA to hit those people. It is, if some of you aren't comfortable with cold messaging, it is still considered cold messaging, but these 20 people, I think more or less, if you know they need the product, you probably know them pretty well, or you probably know about their lifestyle, you're following them. So it might not be that uncomfortable. And if it's just a few messages or a few sentences that you're sending them, it's just, and you're leaving it with an open-ended question, and people are more likely to respond to you if you have a message with, have you heard about this before? Have you tried this? They're going to probably be more intentional to not let it sit there as an open-ended question, because a lot of people, I don't think, will do that. We'll probably find some, which is fine. You just move on, to the next, and maybe they'll come back to you. So that's just a little bit about, Ruth, I think you did a great detail about the process. So this whole game goal in mind is to this week, not have it be overwhelming. Make your list tonight, if you can, 20 people that need the products. And if you want to go beyond 20, like Ruth did, 35, that's great. But a minimum of 20 would be ideal. So that way, the numbers of people that you're inviting to the Zoom call and people that can actually join in. And when you're inviting them to that Zoom call, put it in a way of, in words of saying, can't wait for you to join in. Like kind of putting it like, rather than saying, are you available Tuesday night? Don't even ask them if they're available. Copy that Zoom link. Can't wait for you to pop on 15 minutes. I would love for you to hear why I am so passionate, or why I can't stop talking about it. And I think that there might be some lag weeks. We're just going to see how this works. But I think that we have a really good intention of having this duplicate and be a great growth and a good goal for everybody to be on the same page, so we can all talk and be moving forward at the same rate. So
working towards the same things.
Yep.
I just think that's been a missing piece. We've got great systems in place, and this is connecting them. So I'm really excited about it. It brings together so many of the tips that we hear from the top earners, and that is to reach out and follow up quickly, which I know I'm guilty of not doing well. So this is like, you reach out to them on Wednesday, you're then following up with them 2 days later on Friday and inviting them to an event. And maybe we could do, a giveaway, something small, each
For sure.
week or something, as an incentive to go ahead and just do the 15-minute thing or something like that. But I'm really excited about this. You guys, what questions do you have? We're here to help. Do you guys feel like this is a good collective push? Are you guys excited?
Yeah, sounds awesome. I think this is exactly the missing piece that we have, because taking action is so huge, and having kind of a systematic way of, focus, I think is wonderful. I love it.
Awesome.
And I was going to say, don't be, I know in the very beginning for me, when I started, it took me a while. I always used to wait for people to come to me. And I would say, okay, well, I'm not going to reach out to anybody because I'm going to let them come to me. I'm going to put it out there and let them come to me. And that was what I was comfortable with for a lengthy amount of time, more time than I regret. But what my light bulb moment was when I saw a picture of somebody on Facebook with, I think it was a gigantic soda. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to help that person. Reached out to them and just said, I can't help it. Seeing your post, it reminds me of myself. I've been off soda for 2 years. I have a sample. I want to send it to you to see if you're interested in even kicking this soda addiction. And their response was, I'm so glad you reached out to me. I have been watching you for a while, and I've been so curious. Well, they might not have ever come to me. They might have been watching me, here we are 3 years down the road and not ever said anything because maybe they weren't comfortable in thinking that it was for them. But it was a light bulb moment for me, thinking how many more people are out there just watching that would maybe be interested. And so I think this is going to help build your confidence as well. And, again, for those people that might not respond, that's, the win-win out of this is that you're going to start showing up in their news feeds more. So if they don't respond, they're going to start seeing your posts more because you just message them and the algorithm. That's how it works. But yeah, do you guys have anything that you feel like might be out of place or a piece that we might not be capturing altogether? Or is this a process you feel like you would be comfortable with?
Yes.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, I think that this is going to be good all the way around because some people are comfortable leading with the products. Some people are comfortable leading with the opportunity. And this is going to kind of touch on all of those different avenues after this 20, once we move on to the next 20, when it comes to it. And we're always going to provide sample messages for you. And again, if those sample messages aren't something that you feel like is coming from you, you don't feel like it's something that you would say, change it up. You definitely don't have to use what we're putting out there. But if you're not super confident at reaching out to people that you may have never talked about, it might be a really good conversation starter and leeway. And rather than small talk, you're just getting right to the point. Like, hey, have you seen this? Have you ever tried it? And probably 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yes, I've seen it. No, I haven't tried it. Well, right there, you have somebody to invite to this next opportunity event that we'll be having on Tuesday. And it's quick. We're not going to, I know that those can go on and on and on, but this is 15-minute cutoff. We're going to talk about, a few of the Fab 4 opportunity done and let them be on their way.
Yep.
Are we going to have kind of accountability, any kind of group or accountability situation?
Nailed it. Yep. We were going to do an IPA for this, a chat.
Okay. Awesome.
And set it up. I'll write down everybody that's on here that wants to do it. If you don't want to do it, just tell me you don't want to do it. You can take yourself out of the group. But basically it's just going to be that, when you've done either 5 a day or you've hit your 20, but some action per day. I do think that we need to make sure that we are all doing our posting on Facebook too, because all of that is going to be intertwined. These people, I mean, this is going to start moving quickly. I really am anticipating that we start seeing some growth pretty fast once we get the system in place. And once we're done with our, 20 and 3, our intention is going to be to keep these numbers going and just maybe do another group of 20 product, another group of 20, opportunity. We'll kind of see what you guys think of the first run here. And we'll just have that standing opportunity meeting every Tuesday night, and we'll be available and just invite anybody. I mean, it's going to get to be, such an easy system that we just roll through every week, and that you guys are able to pass down to your teams and duplicate. That's what this is all about. This is not rocket science. Yeah,
and if you have new ambassadors that join that want to learn a little bit more about the products and the opportunity, invite them on the Zoom as well. This is open for them as well. This is definitely not just for potentials. This could be even for customers that want to learn more. I mean, we're going to be here and on for the 15 minutes. So, definitely open it up to invite them. And this is in addition, and I know it probably seems like a lot, but this is in addition to the Rank Up by Convention IPA Daily Challenge. So if you guys have been visiting the group, it's always one task per day. And so hopefully you found it pretty easy. It's definitely something that if you haven't been visiting and doing those tasks, it's always something to go back to. But this reach out is in addition to the IPA, but it will just help you. These are always, it's all about the income producing activities. And these are always things that you can do to put one foot forward in front of the other. So they're just action items. I did upload on the team page. It's called, and thanks to Kelly Mendel, because she took it from and made it into a PDF, but it's a contact sheet. So if you would like to print 20 of those off, put it in a binder, paper clip them together, however you'd like to do, and just so that you can mentally keep track off of the 20 Franks list, you can write one name per sheet. So that one sheet is per each person, and you can kind of keep it into a folder, product information folder. Here's those 20 pages. Opportunity folder, here's those 20 pages. So that's just I'm more of have to hold it in my hand rather than a lot of people are electronically, and I'm challenged in that aspect. So I have to have it in my hand, and so that might be something that can be really helpful and beneficial. But we'll have all of this compiled underneath when we post this team call. We will have all of the information that you need. We'll have the welcome script that we talked about as one of the tasks. We'll have the sample verbiage. We'll have, I'll post again this contact sheet per individual. So it'll be a thread, so you'll always know where to find it and won't be confused as to what page to go to. Anybody have any questions? Or are you guys already starting to think in your mind 20 people that can use the products?
Yeah. Yep.
And again, I like kind of how Ruth put it together. This isn't just about, when I think of 20 people, I can think of 20 people like, oh my gosh, they need the gut health. But then I can think of more people that are already clean eating and, posting recipes all the time, and people that are super fit and exercise. So don't disregard or prejudge thinking that they will not be interested in supplements, because they're interested in fitness and well-being. So they might as well put them on your list.
I have to say, to that note, I mean, I think my mind has always been on people that are sick, because I was sick. And I am friends with somebody that we danced together when we were younger, and she went on to be a Crimson Girl at KU, and I'm not sure if she was a Chiefs cheerleader or what happened, but now she is a huge fitness trainer in LA, and she does the pound classes. Like, she's one of the spearhead people, and she travels, she was just in Singapore, and she's a Jillian Michaels Body Shred trainer, and she's a huge trainer in the fitness world. And I was like, well, screw it, I'm just gonna blow it. And so I wrote her a message, and I was like, hey, I know that you've got to be using supplements. I'm so curious what you use. And she wrote back and she told me, she uses greens. She loves that. You guys know what the greens are that you put in a smoothie or something. She loves that. And she was doing a cleanse that was another brand. And I said, I'm going to put some thoughts together for you, what I think you might enjoy. Because she was like, I'll totally look at whatever you have. I love vitamins. I love supplements. And so I sent her the catalog. And then I wrote up a short little thing for her. I was like, I think you'd love Triplex, and I think that you would love X Factor, and then Edge as a pre-workout. And so I was like, when you're ready to look at it, like, this is what I think you should really look at. And she was like, awesome, I'm super excited. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, to me, that was like the equivalent of like going to Jillian Michaels and being like, what's up, girl? You want some what I got? You know, like, but she was like totally open to it. So, so don't rule those people out, because they are already on board with supplementation and knowing the value of it. So give them just the option, hey, swap this out for what you've been taking when you're out next. You know, I mean, they will, I promise. So put those people in your mind this week as you're focusing on your product people. Next week will be a totally different conversation. And Emily Fennell said she was totally happy. Can't do it this Sunday, but would do it another Sunday for us. And she was talking about leading with the business opportunity, because that's
awesome.
Completely her comfort zone. And
that would be great.
So
for those of you that are interested in staying accountable to this, I mean, if you do not want to do the IPA chat, and for those of you that don't know, the IPA chat is just basically a thread in Messenger when we keep sending messages and it keeps going down. And if that's overwhelming to you, that is okay. If you want to be a part of that, I mean, we could do it if it's too overwhelming every day. We could do it like midweek, since we have like a week long, Wednesday we can start, letting each other know where we're at and cheering each other on. And however you guys are comfortable with and think that it would be something doable. But if it's something every day, I mean, I am all for that too. I think that it's sometimes what motivates people and keeps pushing people through.
what do you guys think? Can we take a little vote on daily versus like a Wednesday pop in and then a follow-up Friday one?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should try it just Wednesday and see how we feel. And then, thank you, son. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I'm up for either way too, but I know that it can get overwhelming with so many messages popping in. So, and I that people get annoyed with that. But and if we're doing it at our own pace, we know by Wednesday, if we don't have, I think we could check in and just say, hey, I've reached out to 10 people, or I've reached out to 15 people, or I'm done, I did it, 20 people. I feel like Wednesday would still give us another day to like, oh gosh, I haven't reached out to anybody, I got to get on my horse. I think it would be a good opportunity to really bust it out, but we wouldn't have to feel like, and I don't think we need to feel like we have to do 5 a day. I think Wednesday would be good. I would vote Wednesday.
Is everybody good with midweek, just to start it out with? Just check in and
yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Is anybody like so totally overwhelmed that they want to cry right now, or do we feel like we're empowered and ready to roll?
I'm ready.
I'm fired up.
Are we good?
I love seeing new people tonight. Like when I say new people, like ones that have not been on a team call, and so it makes me so excited. I think it's great, and it just shows. I think Sunday nights are, I know it's hard sometimes because it's family time, or your routine doesn't fit into the schedule. But I think it's so great because it gives us a chance to come together in person rather than, because we can get stuck in that social media craze of just visiting the team page. So
yeah.
Love it.
Guys, we have the right people on our team. Seriously. Like, I look at all of you and like, I know that we can do this. So let's lock arms. Let's move together forward, and let's make some shit happen. Seriously. Like, I'm tired of being right here. I'm ready to be up there. So let's do this.
All right.
Woo!
Guys.
Hey, I'm excited. Game on.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Good night.